Pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that Mike Pouncey's one of the best centers in the league. And to me, he helped usher in that new wave of centers. Agile, able to get to the second level and block people downfield, able to pull like a guard and get out in front of ball carriers, and pass protects really well, helps keep his quarterbacks clean.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run, Cook, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. Safety Derwin James is one of the better players in the NFL. First team All-Pro as a rookie, also went to the Pro Bowl, and he shows up anywhere and everywhere on the field making plays.
3rd and 2, Goff. And he finds Cook. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Goff. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
180. 55.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Let's go.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Foles. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Foles. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Robinson's got it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first. Down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, silver.
This is Carson. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Let's go, great. Yes.
Now Foles. Finding Sterling Shepard for his 1st catch. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Hey, zoom.
Back to throw here. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
SOS. 13. Great.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
It's hauled in by Shepard. A good pickup there, 13 yards. As they get closer for third down.
A 13-yard gain brings up third and a yard.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here.
Hey, Keaton.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lance Kendricks. There to make the grab. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Foles will look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal, give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Second and long. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Slam.
Pick. Curl.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. looking to throw. And Stills bringing it in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. They'll look to throw here. And this is Shepard on the catch. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, it's Carson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Lance Kendricks ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. A diving catch for the score he laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process?
Under.
Check safety. Hey, alert 3.
It's on 1. Hit him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Lewis. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
He wasn't ready.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Carson. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. And they're going to speed things up here.
If the gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now it's Carson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run on first down. Carson. And some space here. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Carson, 47 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it by.
Go now. 60 or. Ricky. Now.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. A deep ball for Ellington. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Foles. He'll find his tight end. That's Logan Paulson. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. The Ravens on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run it with Carson. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles, complete. This is Lewis.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Foles. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here we go.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
Easy.
Here's Foles. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And the return stops at the 39-yard. So this will be a win. 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.